Hello, hello, and welcome in the closet. I am Cameron. I'm so happy to have you here. Today we're going to be doing a video in honor of this wonderful month of June, Pride Month, in which we are honoring the queer individuals throughout history. And today we're going to be talking about some of the most iconic queer fashionistas of all time. You know, fashion is just as much about style as it is about expressing yourself, breaking boundaries, and queer people have always been at the forefront of doing that and redefining style at the same time. So I think it's super important that those of us who are interested in this topic are aware of these people who allowed us to be where we are today. Okay, first things first, we have the queen who truly brought drag into the mainstream, RuPaul. RuPaul was born in San Diego in 1960, but really rose to fame in 1990 as an actor, singer, dancer, model, and television personality. RuPaul broke barriers for the drag community because she was welcomed into mainstream art and content more than really any drag queen had been before in the past, which is just like super monumental. And then in 2009, RuPaul's Drag Race premiered, which has just become this global phenomenon for drag queens alike to showcase their talents and express themselves while at the same time entertain and educate millions of people across the globe. RuPaul has starred in films, released countless iconic songs, and become just at the forefront of glamour and camp in modern day culture, which is just fantastic. She's all about being bold and authentic, which couldn't be more important when you're a part of the queer community. Marlene Dietrich was born in 1901 Germany and rose to fame to become one of the most iconic and beloved stars of the 20th century film. She moved to Hollywood in the 1930s, and her magnetic presence and sultry voice just almost instantly made her a legend there. A really important thing to know about her was that she was openly bisexual, which was pretty monumental for her time. And she used her platform to challenge gender norms in a ton of different ways, but particularly through fashion. Her style was androgynous. She could one day be found in a gown and then the next be in a tuxedo. Her style consisted of ties, mink stoles, heels, canes, top hats. Like, it was all over the place in the most beautiful way. Maybe her most iconic look is this one with the top hat and the suit from Morocco. This picture alone just defines what she stood for, the androgyny, the breaking gender norms, and it is just, I can't get over how fantastic she is. One of my favorite fashion designers of all time, Paul Gaultier, cannot be missed when having this conversation. He was born in France in 1952 and then started his own label in 1982. He immediately became known for his avant-garde and provocative designs that constantly challenged society's traditional gender norms and ideals of fashion. His work spans haute couture, ready-to-wear, costume designs, celebrity looks. Like, he's done it all. One of my favorite projects of his was his costume design for the 1997 sci-fi film, The Fifth Element. He designed over 900 costumes for this film alone, and when I was in Paris a couple years ago, I got to see them in person, and my jaw was on the floor. These costumes are exquisite. Maybe the most iconic piece from this film was Lilo's bandage outfit, which is like, oh, it's everything. Another one of my favorite projects of his was the cone bra that he did for Madonna's 1990 Blonde Ambition tour. That is one of the most iconic pieces in all of pop culture. Like, it's so good. The impact that this bra had alone on the culture is something that needs to be studied. Maybe I'll make a video on it. Gaultier was putting men in skirts, was portraying really sensitive topics on the runway, and over time has become one of the most iconic fashion designers, not just in the queer world, but in all of the fashion world. Bob Mackie, aka the Sultan of Sequins, was born in 1939, California. He's a fashion and costume designer, best known for his work with legends like Cher, Elton John, and Diana Ross. He's known for his extravagance, sparkle, show-stopping glamour, the showgirl daydream. It's phenomenal. We all know Cher's naked dress at the 1974 Met Gala. He deserves to be on this list for this look alone. Like, And you know we're going to talk about Madonna as much as we can. Bob Mackie did this iconic dress for her at the 1991 Oscars, in which she performed Sooner or Later, and this gown became an instant classic. Mackie's designs are a celebration of fearlessness, of self-expression, and he has shown us that fashion can be fun, can be theatrical, it can be unapologetically bold, and that's exactly what being in this community is all about. So we applaud Mackie for that. The iconic David Bowie was born in 1947, London. He was a British singer, songwriter, actor, and cultural icon. He had a super eclectic musical style that undoubtedly made its way into his wardrobe. He was a gender-bending pioneer, and his personas, Aladdin Sane and Ziggy Stardust, did that while inspiring millions and entertaining at the same time. This pirate-inspired look of Bowie's has got to be one of his most iconic. This one is so phenomenal. The accessorizing, the patch, like 10 out of 10. Another one of my favorite looks of his, the Union Jack jacket that he wore to the 1991 VH1 Fashion Awards, and this was created by Alexander McQueen. Another queer fashion icon. We love that. David Bowie was a beacon of queer self-expression through fashion all throughout the 70s and 80s, and his androgynous looks, his play with makeup, and his ever-changing style has become an inspiration to upcoming artists and just fashion lovers all across the globe. He taught us that fashion is all about exploring who we are and what we stand for. It's time to talk about another drag queen, the queen of filth, the queen of trash, the iconic Divine. He was born in 1945, Baltimore, and was an actor, singer, drag queen, icon. His friendship and professional creative collaborations with John Waters put both of their names on the map with cult classic films like Pink Flamingos, Female Trouble, and Hairspray. Divine became an icon of outrageous, boundary-pushing style and self-expression. The key factor of Divine's style was the mix of high-low fashion, trash, glamour, female, male. Those things all just became synonymous with what Divine's fashion was and what Divine stood for. And his impact is undoubtedly still felt today. In these past few months, I've been watching a lot of Divine's films and really digging in to the works of both Divine and John Waters. And the emotions that I feel while watching these films, both positive and negative, are really beautiful. I think the work that they've created was really monumental. And, you know, there really aren't a lot of people that have done what they did again. And I really respect it. In 2020, Loewe released a Loewe X Divine collection. It paid tribute to his legacy and just proved that his impact on fashion and queer culture is eternal. Janelle Monáe was born in 1985, Kansas, and is an iconic singer, songwriter, producer, actress, all of the above. Janelle Monáe is non-binary, using they, she pronouns, and pansexual. They are known for their genre-blending music and groundbreaking fashion. Their style could be described as a blend of Afrofuturism, androgyny, theatrics. Some of my favorite looks of hers, which also happen to be some of my favorite Met Gala looks of all time, were their collaborations with Siriano and Tom Brown on the red carpets. Like, she just knocks it out of the park every single time. Her early fashion consisted of a ton of black and white tuxedos and suits, which are paying homage to their working class roots. Janelle uses fashion as an outlet for storytelling, and at just 39 years old, they are already one of the most exciting queer fashionistas of our generation. Connie Fleming is a transgender supermodel, artist, and New York City nightlife legend during the 80s and 90s. Her statuesque beauty and striking presence made her one of the most iconic models of all time. She modeled for Thierry Mugler, Paul Gaultier, and has become this beacon of Black and trans representation in high fashion. Her most iconic moment on the runway was when she walked in this piece for Thierry Mugler's Spring/Summer 1992. This cowgirl-inspired look. She looks good. I am gagged. She broke barriers for modeling that has allowed the industry to be where it is today. And though it's not perfect, we have come a long way since then, and that's something to be proud of. She used fashion as a tool for visibility, for empowerment, and we need to be forever grateful for the hurdles that she jumped for us to get where we are today. She's a legend. These queer icons, among many others, have made fashion more vibrant, more inclusive, and more expressive. They've shown us that our style isn't just about what we wear, but who we are and what we do. I know that I wouldn't be able to do what I'm doing here and dress the way that I dress if it wasn't for the courage that these icons had, and they paved the way for our generation. As someone who loves learning about fashion, writing about it, talking about it, I am endlessly grateful for what these people did. And it's like whether I'm watching the Met Gala live stream or at a local pride parade, I can just feel their presence everywhere, and the impact that they had is just so undeniable. So even as Pride Month is coming to an end, I hope that we can all continue to honor their legacy and put some respect on their names. Remember to wear what makes you feel powerful and express yourself boldly, because that is what these people would want you to do. So do what you want to do, diva, and be proud of yourself. Thank you for joining me today. If you like what you saw, don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, follow me on my other platforms, and comment your favorite queer fashion icon in the comments below. Okay, you guys, happy Pride Month, stay fabulous, and I hope that I will see you on here next time. All right, bye. Mwah.